thou shalt is on every clinical exam you will have in your career. Every one, all the time. So my mast cells degranulate, release histamine or histaminogenic, however which one. The H word. So my mast cells now release histamine. Whoop-de-doo. Nothing's happened to my cells yet. So let's keep watching. Back up a bit. Degranulate.
Degranulate and release histamine. Histamine causes vasodilation and an opening
That's
of...
so last class. Okay, number 4. Histamine causes, what word did she say? Vasodilation. Alright. Keyword dilation. What did dilation mean? Get bigger. My vessels get bigger. Humor me. Why would I want a big vessel? Well, how's that going to help this? What's in the vessel? Blood. What's in the blood? These things. I want more troops. So if I can get more blood to the front, more troops will arrive. Right? So by making my vessel get larger, I should get more blood flow. We're going to put that right here. I should get more blood flowing to the front, carrying the troops in it. Make sense? Okay, now if you notice, the video has changed somewhat. You just didn't catch it. If you look on this picture, back up a bit, someone tell me what's different between here and there.
Openings.
These little things, right? Just back up and watch that.
Vasodilation and an opening of the junctions between the endothelial cells.
Bingo! So, part number 2. Histamine causes vasodilation and opening of endothelium. Does that remind me where endothelium was from 231? Endo means the inside of your blood vessel, the blood vessel lining. If you don't remember that, that means the lining of the blood vessel. So I'm making my blood vessels get bigger and get holes in their lining. Okay, biology majors being who we are, not too bright, we say you get holes in something that will make you leaky. That's a science word. Big and leaky is how we remember this. Vessels get bigger and they get leaky. Holes in their walls, or membrane you call them. Now tell me why I want a hole in this edge here. Why do I want that? So these, the troops have to get to the front. So by opening the door, my troops can head to the front and fight. Right over there. So I need to make lots of troops arrive and allow them to get out of the trenches to fight. So by making you big and leaky, they should now be able to leave. Make sense? Let's watch. There's one more word you gotta know.
Fluid and leukocytes to leave the capillary and enter the infected tissue. The neutrophils now undergo dramatic changes in shape
Cheesy 90s
and
graphics.
squeeze through the endothelial wall into the interstitial tissue fluid.
Boom. Step number 5. We'll put it over here. I'll use wood. Number 5. She said leukocytes. You can say that. I'm going to say white blood cells. You can say leukocyte. Leave the blood and enter the tissues. Because it's a big and leaky hole, I can get out of it and go into you, into the tissues, into the injured part. There's a word you're supposed to know for your clinicals.
This is called extravasation.
That is the word you're supposed to know. The word for this, extravasation. Extra outside of vasovessel. I get outside the vessels. Extravasation. So when you extravasate, you leave the blood and go somewhere else. Make sense? Okay. What are they going to do? They're up there. What do you think those white blood cells are going to do up there? Let's watch.
The neutrophils,
Thank you.
followed by other types of phagocytes, are attracted to the damaged site by chemotactic substances released by bacteria and tissue breakdown
Not
products.
anatomic correct.
They ingest and destroy invading bacteria.
Okay, step number 6. Last one, the white blood cells. I'm going to say eat the pathogens. You could say eat pathogens, destroy, phagocytosis, a fancy word. I'm eating you. So I went out there, I found the orcs, I killed them before they got to the Shire. Because I was able to go out there and meet them there. It was big around. Right? Make sense? That's information, yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do red blood cells also do job?
They should not. The holes are not big enough for a hole. A damaged red blood cell, yes. But the white blood cells can actually kind of smoosh its way out. So you shouldn't get blood, you should only get fluid and whites. But yes, you could get reds that are just kind of old or broken, but you shouldn't get lots of blood flow, just the plasma. Make sense? Okay, now we're gonna do one more idea. So that's the steps of getting inflammation, getting troops to the front. We now have to write a list of how would I know this. My question was, when I get hurt on the farm, what do I see that tells me this has happened? So describe something you see. We call these signs of inflammation. How would I notice this? I'm going to show you a picture before you answer. Okay? I'm going to take this picture here and make it a static one. This may help you answer. Right here. So here we go. Here's the stab wound in the side of the bar, the sticker, you kick and you whatever. Here's the invaders. Here are the pathogens going through my barrier. They broke level 1. That's going to tell the blood vessels to do their thing. Big and leaky, here come the phagocyte, just means eating cell. Here come those white blood cells rushing to the front. Go attack, the Battle of the Marne. Now, in theory, if they do their job, I've eaten them and I'm healthy. I want you to look at the top up here. Picture 1, 2, and 3. What do you notice in picture 2 that's different than picture 1 and picture 3? Using your science eyes, give me one difference between here and those.
Swelling.
Ah, so this is raised. This one's taller. What do we call that in medicine when things are taller or bigger?
Swelling.
Swelling. So sign number 1. You will see something swollen. I get a sticker, my skin begins to bubble up. It gets thicker, swells. So one sign of inflammation is the area gets bigger. Huh, I see a color here. What color do you see there?
Redness.
Oh, things turn red when I have inflammation. Okay, so things get bigger, things get red. Okay, let's see. What temperature is your blood?
90,
Say 98.6.
98.6.
Okay, so I take 98.6 degree stuff and I put it up here. What would you see about the temperature of your skin if I take warm blood and put it up near it?
It raises.
It gets hotter. So we would say I would notice warmth or heat. The cells are metabolically active, there's more fluid there, the fluid keeps my blood, I should see heat. Okay? So if I took your skin and made it full of blood and full of cells, what would you feel here? Pressure. Pain and pressure. So we say pain. When I get a sticker, it turns red, it turns hot, it hurts, it's swollen because this is happening. So then, one day I decide to pull the sticker out. What comes out with the sticker? Pus. That's your next sign. There's that white crud in there. Let's take a look at that pus. Not anatomically accurately, right? This is so biology 112. Okay, in this picture, the purple thing is a white blood cell. Don't ask me why, I didn't draw it. Here's a white blood cell. That blue thing up there, what's the blue thing up there? So it's microbe, pathogen, disease. So that thing broke through my barriers. It's raising hell, we have to kill it. So my white blood cell in purple eats the pathogen. Remember your 112, I can endocytose, bring stuff in. There's an L word on here, it's my favorite quiz question in 112. What's the L word? And what do lysosomes do? They lyse, they dissolve, they break down. I can change your grade up to a year if you get that wrong. All right. So they're gonna destroy stuff. So I swallow the invader, I put a lysosome on it, enzymatic breakdown, bleh, you are now lysed, right? Lysol. But this isn't my body, my cells don't want that crud. So what am I gonna do with the stuff that I don't want in a cell?
Get rid of it.
I'm gonna exocytose it right out. And what do we call a bunch of stuff eaten by a lysosome in a cell? That's pus, that's the debris from the death. So when you pop pus, you're just looking at the dead bodies of the war. You'll never look at the same way again. Right? A war occurred and those are the corpses. I'm so proud. So let's go, so I have 4 teenagers at home. I don't know why I don't live here. All right, so they all have acne. So let's go through their acne. Describe acne for me. What color is it? Red. Does it puff up your face? Does it hurt? Does it get hot? Tell me why acne is formed. It's inflammation, right? The same cardinal sign. So acne is I'm inflaming my skin. Something got in my pores, and now my body's responding by doing this. And then my son goes in the mirror and pops his zits, which I tell him not to, and he just put the pus all over the family mirror. He is showing an example of this event in a non-pathological state. So anytime your body gets an invader, you're going to form an inflammatory response. That's how your body deals with things that got through the outside. Make sense? That's level 2. So I get my stickers. This is usually enough to keep it going. Make sense? But now let's keep going. What would happen if this didn't kill it right away or there's more? So we need level 3. DEFCON